Plattis, the company that owns McVitie's, just did something that sounds nice at first. They made a significant donation. They gave £1 million to Glasgow City Council. This kind of corporate philanthropy can have a big impact on local communities. Sounds great, right? Like a company giving back. It's the kind of news that makes headlines and paints the company in a positive light. Well, hold on. There's a bit more to the story. Sometimes these gestures aren't as straightforward as they seem. See, this donation comes after Plattis shut down their McVitie's factory in Tollcross. This factory was a significant part of the local economy. This closure put almost 500 people out of work. Families were affected and the community felt the loss deeply. So, is this donation a generous gesture or an attempt to cover up a bad situation? Let's dive in. It's important to look at the bigger picture. Let's be clear, £1 million is a lot of money. It can fund many projects and help many people. But, is it enough to make up for the damage done? The loss of jobs and the impact on the community are significant. We need to consider all aspects. The Tollcross McVitie's factory wasn't just any factory. It had been around for almost a century. It was part of the community. The factory was known for making some of Britain's favorite biscuits. We're talking Hobnobs, those oaty delights perfect for dipping in tea. And let's not forget Rich Tea biscuits, the go-to choice for a simple snack. These biscuits weren't just treats, they were woven into the fabric of British life. The factory provided jobs, supported families, and contributed to the local economy. Its closure left a hole in the community, both economically and emotionally. So, why did Plattis shut down a successful factory? They claimed it was about excess capacity and ensuring the long-term sustainability of the business. Basically, corporate jargon for "we want to make more money." But here's the kicker. Plattis had received almost £900,000 in public grants from the Scottish government. These grants were supposed to help with staff training and development. It all sounds a bit fishy, doesn't it? Take public money, promise to invest in the community, then shut down shop and leave hundreds jobless. It's a classic case of corporate greed, and it leaves a bitter taste in your mouth. Section 4. Outrage and accusations. The closure of the Tollcross factory didn't go down well, and rightfully so. Union representatives were furious. They had been fighting tooth and nail to keep the factory open, arguing that it was a vital part of the local economy and community. The sudden closure felt like a betrayal to the workers who had dedicated years, if not decades, of their lives to the company. They called the donation crumbs from the table of a company that raked in £100 million in profit last year. The union representatives were not just angry, they were deeply hurt. They felt that the company had turned its back on them, offering a paltry sum as a consolation for the loss of their livelihoods. Politicians also chimed in, labeling the donation tokenistic compared to the economic devastation caused. They argued that the company's actions were not just a financial blow, but a moral one as well. The community had been left to pick up the pieces, and the donation did little to alleviate the long-term damage. And they raised a good point. Where did all the machinery from the Tollcross factory go? The machinery, which could have been used to create new jobs or support local businesses, was conspicuously absent. Oh right, it was shipped off to other Plattis factories in England. This move only added insult to injury, as it became clear that the company was prioritizing its operations elsewhere, leaving the Scottish workers in the lurch. So, not only did Scotland lose jobs, but it also lost resources that could have benefited the local economy. The factory, once a bustling hub of activity, now stood empty and abandoned, a stark reminder of what had been lost. The whole situation stinks of hypocrisy. The company's actions have left a bitter taste in the mouths of the workers and the community. The anger and frustration are palpable, and the sense of betrayal runs deep. The fight for justice and accountability continues, as the community rallies together to demand answers and seek a resolution. Section 5. A legacy in question. Plattis says this donation is their way of leaving a substantial legacy for the community. They present it as a generous act, a way to give back to the people who have supported them for years. They claim they want to help the people affected by the factory closure. The narrative they push is one of compassion and responsibility, but their actions tell a different story. The factory gates are locked, and the protesters' signs tell of broken promises and shattered livelihoods. If they really cared about the community, they wouldn't have shut down the factory in the first place. The once bustling factory now stands abandoned, a stark reminder of what was lost. This donation feels like an attempt to buy back goodwill, a PR stunt to try and salvage their reputation. The skepticism in the community is palpable. The people of Tollcross deserve better than empty gestures. They deserve more than just words and symbolic acts. They deserve real support, real investment, and real opportunities. The community needs tangible actions that can make a difference in their daily lives. The closure of the McVitie's factory is a reminder that corporate responsibility shouldn't just be a slogan. It should be a genuine commitment to the communities that companies profit from. It should be a commitment to the communities that companies profit from. Real corporate responsibility means investing in the future of these communities. Because when it comes to corporate greed, sometimes even the sweetest treats can leave a bitter aftertaste. The legacy of McVitie's and Tollcross is now a complex mix of sweet memories and bitter realities.